Today we're gonna talk about active users and in Google Analytics. All right, we are recording. All right, hey. Now, active users are not users who are like particularly active. No, what the active user report actually tells you is how many people initiated a session. That's how they define it in the article from Google, which essentially means that they came to your website and they were there. It's not, that's not a lot of activity, is it? But it's moreover a measurement of that they have been there. Now there are two places in which active users are defined, and one of the places is that users are active on your page right now, and that can be found in the active users tab, or in the real time tab. And then there are the active users that are in the under the audience tab. And the active users that are in the audience tab, there are 4 different selections there. 1-day active users, 7-day active users, 14-day active users, and 28 day active users. And how they count that is if you have set the date from, as I have in this case, from the 1st of January to the 12th of January, then they count that from the last day of that selected period. And so for example, it would, for the 1-day active user, it only looks at the active users for the 12th of January. And then you have 7-day active users. You have a look at from the day that you're looking at and 7 days backwards, going back. So it's from the last date that you've set in your duration there, time frame, and going back in time. Now, what would I use this active users report to do, especially if it's only over 28 days? Well, essentially it will help you to look at how often, or if your activity on your website is growing over time, or enable you to analyze a specific day and what type of activity occurred during that day. And so I don't find it that useful unless I've done a change to the website, but then I much more prefer the cohort analysis, because I look at the before and after. It's not that big of a deal, since they only look at the initiated sessions and not at how many times you've done some activity. And usually when you work with a website, you want people to do, or more people to do something on that page. So I don't know, maybe not a good and fun thing to show, but I don't use it that very often. Oh yeah, I know investors might be interested in these kind of numbers, because they want to have a look at churn, and if you have a member website, they want to see that you have your DAU, your daily active users and such things, in the right place. I don't know why that is a thing either, actually, because it would be much more interesting for me to know whether or not they're doing the right thing on the website. But I am not an investor, so actually I am.